there, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to Thoughtful Thursday. And I have my guest on, Gina, today. And I'm excited what she's going to share with us. She has a book coming out soon. It's going to be launching for pre-orders. And she's going to be talking to us about her book and everything. She's a homeschool mom like myself. And so I'm excited about that. So, Gina, I want to welcome you to the show today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, it's been a great day. Nice and sunny in Texas. And where did you say you're from again?
So we live in West Virginia now. We just moved here a little over a year
Oh,
ago,
okay.
Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
And
a little.
how do you like it?
We like it. It's a lot different than Florida. We have seasons here, which is weird. But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, we like it.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the South you really don't have the seasons.
Yeah, we really don't have much of that at all. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like hot and rainy all the time.
Yeah.
And we
That's
might
why our kids I'm sorry.
Oh, so I was just gonna say we might have like a day or two of like fall or winter, but like it doesn't last.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, like in Canada, our kids love when we go back to our Canadian home because we have the seasons and they can do all
mm,
the different things that just doesn't happen down here. But
yeah.
yeah. Do you like to go ahead and introduce yourself
Sure.
uh, to our audience, Gina?
Sure. Okay, so I'm Gina Handerhan, and I'm a homeschool mom of three. My oldest just graduated last year, so I have a 10-year-old and a 16-year-old still homeschooling. And we started our homeschooling journey in 2014. So previously, my two older kids went to a charter school, and it was a great school. Like, there was nothing wrong with it, but I was just really getting convicted from the Lord about just having more time with them and being able to teach them our values, and just keeping them away from the things that they were being taught in the school system. So yeah, homeschooling is definitely obviously a major part of my job. And then we also take care of my sister Lisa, who has Down syndrome. We lost our parents back in, let's see, we lost my dad and my brother in 2006, and then my mom in 2009 from cancer. So we have had her since then. So yeah, she's 31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mention she has Down syndrome. Did I say that? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
So, but
Yeah.
we found a really great
Okay.
program for her here, though. So she really likes that a lot. She goes there 4 days a week.
Oh,
They
wow.
do different things like crafts and computer
Yeah.
time. They go to the
Oh,
library.
wow.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wow. That's great for her and
yeah,
then and for you to have that
it is. Yeah,
available.
we had a
Yeah.
great program in Florida, and when we moved here, I was like, I don't know, what to do about a program. And when I found one, it's literally like 3 minutes away from my house. I'm like, wow, this is like
Yeah.
amazing. Like, thank you, Lord, for that. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
So
That's
yep.
great.
And I'm a new author, so that's just like a new journey for me. So it's a little scary, but kind of fun and exciting
Yeah.
and all of that. So
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah.
how did this come up? Did you see yourself going to be an author, something you
No,
wanted to do, or it just
no.
happened?
It's kind of weird. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, so like I'm always just like, because I stay home with my kids, I don't know, like I'm looking for things to help out my husband. And I'm very creative. Like, I have to be making stuff all the time or something. Like, I
Okay.
just can't
Yeah.
sit
Yeah.
still. And when we were at our homeschool co-op in Florida, I don't know, this was probably like 5 or so years ago. There was two teenagers, and they had books on Amazon. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, it's, you could just do it through KDP. It's,
Yeah.
this and that. I'm like, wow, that's like impressive, because they were teenagers.
Yeah.
So it just was like in the back of my mind. I never really did anything with it. But just, I don't know, like for probably 5 to 10 years, it's kind of like just been in the back of my mind to like write children's books.
Hmm.
And off and on. Um, And then I was scrolling through Facebook one day, as all of us Americans just waste our time on, and
Yes. Yes.
I came across this like writers, like children's book writers workshop or something, and I was like, let me just check this out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot, So I wrote my first book, and I did through self publishing, and I just got like a bunch of them printed. And to my disappointment, when I got them printed, I noticed that there was a word missing, um,
Mm.
which I don't think was there before I must have. I think what happened was when I was formatting, I must have
Mhm.
accidentally removed it because I'm pretty sure it was there before. Um, so anyway, so that's this book. I can show you. That's
Oh,
Wales
okay.
Expedition. So I have that one on my website, and I with like a disclaimer, word missing, but it doesn't take away from the joy of the story.
Yeah.
And that was like my trial run, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Um, and that book's it's about the days of creation, just from like a different
Yeah.
perspective. The whale is asking his mom, like, you know, what day did God create us? And so she's like, well, we're fifth dayers, and so then they have to
Yeah.
go on like this journey to find out, what day were you created and what day were you created? And so
Oh, okay.
it's just kind of like a cute little book, kids book, for.
Oh, wow. Yeah, about the
But
creation of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I realized quickly though that I think that I'm kind of more of like a middle grade, like fourth or fifth grade writer, because I don't like to. I don't know. It was hard for me to keep it really short, for like the children's picture book.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just thinking about different like story, I guess, ideas. And so probably about 10 years ago, my son got me a broom for Christmas. And I know like everyone's like, oh, probably a broom, really. But it was hilarious because we always went to the dollar store together, and I would let my kids go off, and I would kind of like peek around and watch them, and they would get everybody something for Christmas. And so my son, who's like 6, has this huge broom, and he's like
Yeah.
darting through the aisles so I wouldn't see it. But you can't hide it. It's
That's
like
funny.
impossible. You can't hide a
Yeah.
broom. So it
Yeah.
was
No.
hysterical. And there was even like other people, they were just like think like it was like the cutest thing. They came up after and they were like, that's so cute. So anyway, like I'll never forget that Christmas. And then the next Christmas he got me a broom again, which was really kind of cool. But so one
Yeah.
day I'm expecting that again one day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so so anyway, I don't know, like I was like, I want to write a story about this, but obviously I can't make a story about that totally because that's not exciting enough. So
Yeah.
um I don't know, I just started thinking about like my childhood, and I grew up in Illinois, and we always had amazing snow winters, and so I just like brought in all this like childhood memories from my childhood and then my kids' childhood, and I really wanted to make this story um, very nostalgic. It's based in like the 90s. So you'll see things like, Beanie Babies and, just things like
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay.
Um, but I, I really wanted to bring back, like the old classics, but kind of in a new way. Because all this, like a lot of the stuff that's out right now for the kids to read, I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of values and morals anymore.
No,
Um,
that's right.
yeah, I mean, there just really isn't. So I just wanted to make like a wholesome book that parents would be okay with their kids reading and want them to read.
Mm.
Um, and want to read out loud to them and not have to worry that there's anything woke or anything like that in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I share the gospel as well. When I was a kid, my grandpa always, like every Christmas before we opened gifts, he always sat on the stairs and he would read the Christmas story to us
Mhm.
from the Bible. And as a kid, like it didn't really, I mean, I just wanted my presents, right? Like it was like,
Yeah.
now, like as an adult looking back, I just like treasure those memories so much. And I just like, I love that he instilled that, or that he planted those seeds. Um, so, so I have that in my book, just, and sharing the gospel. And, yeah, I just, I wanted to bring back the family unit,
Yeah.
mom and dad and siblings that love each other, and want to be with each other, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but also, it's a homeschool family. I wasn't homeschooled growing up, but I homeschool my children now. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's basically just, I guess, the ideal family, right? It's like kind of how I envision a family should be, with devotions
Mhm.
every day and
Okay.
going to church every Sunday and
Yeah.
things like that. And it's fiction, it's not
Yeah.
my. It has a lot of memories from my childhood and my kids, but it's not my story necessarily. As far
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like, it's not real. It's fictional. Here's This is Sarah. This is the main character. So
Oh, okay. Oh,
yes,
wow.
I have a really amazing illustrator. I'm really excited. She's doing really great work. So she's working on all the other stuff right now to get up for my Kickstarter. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to share it with the world. I've had two professional editors now tell me that it's like a modern day Little House on the Prairie. So I was like
Okay.
really excited about that, because being compared to that was
Yeah.
big, for me, because
Yeah, that is.
we love
Oh,
Little
wow.
House.
Yeah, we love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used
Yeah.
to listen to them in the
This is
car back when our cars had, like, CD
oh,
players, and now everything's
yeah.
digital.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But a
yeah.
good, safe thing for the families and just good, solid values.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know, growing up in the '90s too, I'm like, "Well, since I'm doing it at my old house, my childhood home, I might as well just
Yeah.
keep it in that time frame." And, so I think it'll be fun for parents too to read,
Yeah.
because it has all
Okay.
that, like, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, especially if you're from Chicago, because it's got, like, Chicago stuff and Illinois and, like, Jay's potato
Oh, okay.
chips and, just stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. So that's what I was wondering. Yeah, for if it's something that parents would read to the children. Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
I definitely think that they would enjoy it. I mean, if especially if they're, like,
Mhm.
around my age, growing up in the '90s. And um yeah, I think it's a good wholesome read. So,
Mhm. Oh, that sounds exciting. Good. And
yeah.
I like to read a lot to my Stella, and then like in the evenings I do more of a devotional with it when I the bedtime, or
Right.
like a story devotional. It's just something with got like yeah, good solid
Right.
values and stuff. So I could
Exactly.
totally picture myself, yeah, being able to read that to the kids in the evening. Okay, what is about the age range? Or,
So the oldest character is 10. Well, the oldest main character. I mean, there's parents and stuff, but so she's 10, and then her brother's 7, and then she has a sister that's 4. So I'm thinking 8 to 10 or 8 to 12
Mhm.
is pretty
Oh,
much,
okay.
fourth, fifth grade,
Yeah.
is kind of like the level, I would say, of who will really enjoy the book, other than, of course, parents and grandparents who would want to read it to their kids. Um,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
yeah,
for
I mean, I
sure.
think that age group would be
Hmm.
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you say it was coming out again?
So November 1st, Lord willing, is when
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to be
Oh,
publishing,
okay.
to put on Amazon. But I'm
Yeah.
going to be launching the Kickstarter campaign, which is April 16th. So that's when you can get pre-orders, which, things will be cheaper than when it
Yeah.
launches, for publishing. Also, there's a lot of cool merch on there. So, for instance, in one of the chapters, they take a cool double decker bus to Chicago, and they go see the Nutcracker with all their homeschool friends. And Sarah dresses in this, like, beautiful red, Christmas dress. So
Hmm.
I found an amazing seamstress, and I've got a custom made dress, for her. And so I got one for my daughter, and I'm going to offer 30 of them exclusively during my Kickstarter. So I'm
Oh,
guessing
wow.
those are going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So any of the kids that like Sarah, resonate with Sarah, and want to have her special dress,
Yeah.
that'll be on the Kickstarter. So I'm really excited about that. It's super cute.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow. That
yeah.
was neat for you, creative for you to come up with that
Well,
idea.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I got to make something out of this dress. I don't know. It's special. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're excited.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is good. So, would you like to talk more about your homeschooling and just more of the journey of what kind of brought you to that, or you kind of
Yeah.
touched on it? I don't know. We could,
Yeah, I can. Yeah. So when my oldest was in third grade and my son was in kindergarten, um, I had already been kind of thinking about it for like a year or two. But I just was like, I can't do that. There's no way. And my friend was like, you need to watch this movie. So she gave me this movie called Indoctrination. Have you heard of that?
oh, yes, we watched it. Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I forget the man who made that documentary, but I mean, I like cried and I was like, they're not going back. I was like,
Oh, wow.
I can't send him
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So my husband needed some convincing. But once we took him out, um, it was good. And then the second year, it was like, I don't know, I was so overwhelmed. I was like, I can't do this. And my husband's like, after all the work you've put in, now you're giving up? And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I guess
Oh,
not.
wow.
So
Yeah, so it's funny. So then he is the one trying, like her too. At first, he was wondering about it, but now he's right when you're thinking,
yeah,
"Oh, I can't do it." He's kind of
yeah,
like, "No, you've come this far. You've invested too much to turn
exactly.
back
He's
on
like,
this."
what do you mean?
Yeah,
Like all this work you've done.
yeah.
Um,
Oh well,
yeah, it's just I don't know. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're gonna miss out on this and that and this and that. I mean, yeah, there's things that they're gonna miss out on, but the things that they gain, I mean, this year we've
yeah,
been kind of bad about field trips, but in the past, especially when my older kids were younger, I mean, we did all sorts of stuff with our homeschool groups. We went
yeah,
to the post office behind the scenes and I mean just all kinds of things. We have a homeschool prom. Like they don't miss out on that.
hmm,
We have well, West Virginia, we don't have it, but in Florida, they used to do like this English dance thing, which was really cool. It was kind of like square dancing, but they would dress up really fancy. Um, and there was like instructions and stuff like that. So that was super fun. And the kids, that would be every couple months they would go. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I really like how my kids are able to learn like the things that they want to learn about and
yeah,
focus on those things. My son, he's 16 and he already knows like what he wants to do and he's very focused on getting to that goal.
yeah,
So like next year he's going to be a junior, so we're going to make sure that he's going to get business classes and certain things that are going to help him rather than I mean, he'll still get the normal stuff, but there's certain things like it doesn't matter that much if he knows, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I
For sure. But
don't
it sounds
know.
like you'll be focusing more on the things that will go towards what he really wants to do with
Exactly.
himself
And
for
just learning how to do
what
your
what
taxes.
he'll get into. Hmm.
Right. Learning the things like life skills and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, and my oldest was baking banana bread by herself when she was 9 years old. I mean, and not to say that public school kids can't do that. Of course they can.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
just that there's more like freedom. There's more like time to be able to explore the things that you
Yeah.
like, and um, you're not like rushing home to like do homework and get in the bath and. So
Yeah.
I
More.
I just that's just something I really enjoy, and the freedom. Like if my husband's off and we want to go to SeaWorld. I mean, now that we're in West Virginia, can't do that, but like we can do that. We can just go. Let's go to the mall today.
Yeah.
Let's do half a day
Yeah.
of school today and we'll do double tomorrow and let's go to the mall and have fun or whatever. Um, so that's
Yeah.
something we've really like enjoyed because especially like he's off on Fridays. So a lot of times we'll just do like a half day and we'll go do something as a family or.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so yeah,
that's nice.
we've really
That's
enjoyed
what
it.
we. That's good. Yeah. That I've homeschooled all the way, so I haven't. I didn't have my
All the
children
way.
in any
Okay,
kind of
that's
school at
good.
all. Right from when my oldest turned 5, the day after he turned 5. Actually, kindergarten got ready. Maybe I was a little too zealous about
That's
getting into
awesome.
it.
So like
Yeah, I mean, it
so
was
what year was that you started?
in
That you
Texas.
started? What year though did you start
Oh, what
homeschool?
year? Sorry. Well, he was born in year 2000. 2005. He would have turned 5. So that's
Okay.
how I know how old he is, because what year it is, I know how old my oldest is. So
Wow. So
he's
that's a long time.
23 now, or 24.
That's like
Sorry, he's almost 24. Hmm.
okay. And that's cool because I think even before homeschooling became a little bit more acceptable too.
Hmm.
How it was, but I know like when I was a kid, I didn't really know about it, but
Okay.
it was kind of like the stigma, like
Yeah.
homeschool kids are weird, and but even 24 years ago, it wasn't as like mainstream, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
It wasn't like when my mom homeschooled us. See, I was homeschooled all the way. I have a
Oh,
brother
okay,
that was too. Then I have some. So I'm the youngest of 9. So some of my siblings were in school to a certain point. Some,
okay,
um,
gotcha.
and they did any homeschool, because when she took them out, like some were in 8th grade, I think, somewhere in down, and she just both mom and dad decided they did not like the bad influence, and there's stuff that they did not like, and they
Yeah,
pulled them out. And so me and my next oldest brother did not go to school at all. We just were homeschooled all the way. And yeah, I liked it. I was very appreciative. They did that for me, and that's what I wanted to. So that's what we started doing right from the beginning. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
And
it's a hard
doing
journey,
10,
but
that's 10 kids homeschooling. That's just amazing. Like that's amazing. Good for you. I don't know if
thanks.
I could handle that. Like today we were at our co-op and I was like in charge of gym class with all these like little kids and like 4 up to 10 and I'm just like I don't know if I can handle this cuz none of them listen. None of them follow
Yeah.
instructions. So
Uh-oh.
I'm like going to lose my mind. I'm like what am I going to do when I'm a grandma? Hopefully I'm a good cuz my youngest is 10, so I'm not used to having the little ones that
Yeah.
don't listen
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
don't sit still. So,
Yeah, it is hard, but my
oh,
10 didn't come all at one time. They come one
right.
at a
That's
time.
that's
So
true.
one at a time. And they're spread out between 22 years, because the oldest is turned 22 when the youngest was born. And so, and then you get a lot of helpers. So that's what I find.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really awesome though. Like
Mhm.
I've always wanted to have more, but I'm 39 now, so I don't know that that's going to happen, but
Oh,
you never
well,
know.
I'm
You never know.
I'm 45. Am I going almost 45? And so I just have babies, so you never know.
Yeah, you just never know. You really just never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And yeah, I like that God gives us, the strength to carry what he gives us, the
it's true.
children. Mhm.
Yeah, even on days where you feel like you can't take it anymore. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, but yeah, we just trust in the Lord and he gets us through it all. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you have the communities. That's why it's nice to have homeschool group. We're in a homeschool group. We don't do co-op stuff though. We
Okay.
haven't done.
Is it
Yeah.
more like play date type stuff or like field trips or
Yes.
okay, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, they do filter. Yeah, we haven't been in co-op, but we haven't done a lot. Um, it's funny. Just now, I see like someone has given us. You know what? I actually didn't put this unlisted. We are live, and someone
Are
is
we
watching.
really?
And we thought we were unlisted, and I was going to release this on a Thursday. So that's on me. That's funny. Someone is giving. Oh, I have 3 on now. So
That's really hilarious. I just realized I don't have my wedding ring on. I forgot to put it back on after
so
lotion
that's
on.
funny.
So
So,
I am married.
so
I just don't have my ring.
yeah, it's okay. So anyway, that we will just when we finish that I will make it I guess unlisted again and release it on a Thursday when I had planned. We'll see. It's funny. I didn't mean this was live. The joke on me. I was just recording with you, but
It's not April
yeah.
Fool's Day anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Um anyway, where were we?
I don't know. Yeah, I got distracted by that heart too. I'm like, why is there a heart?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, it's me. See, my daughter was supposed to Yeah, so this she didn't, son. I did. So this is what happens. But yeah,
That's pretty funny.
someone said hi, hi.
Hello.
Yeah. So we thought we were just recording this to release later on a Thursday, but here we are. So yeah, like you said about your book, and so that's the inspiration come from when you kind of started your homeschooling journey, and then just
Mhm.
wanting to give some solid, to others. That's good. And boy,
Yeah, just values
these,
and
yeah, our values are going down. They're not what they used to
oh
be.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
hard.
and the kids aren't getting anything from, their friends or the government. I mean, that's another thing. Like I homeschool because I don't co-parent with the government. It's not their job to
Mhm,
teach to parent
mhm,
my kids. I mean, I'm not doing the best job. I mean, I'll tell you that. I'm not the best
mhm,
mom, but
mhm.
at least they're not getting fed some of the things that they would
Yeah,
be. So yeah, I just, we need to kind of get back to like the basics and kind of like how it used to be, where the family unit, it was a mom and a dad, and the dad was the head of the home teaching the Bible to their kids and
mhm, yeah,
bringing them to church and,
yeah,
shepherding them and guiding them. And, yeah, so I wanted to kind of make like a new classic, I guess, if you will.
yeah, yeah.
And I do have three others that will be coming with this
Oh,
book.
okay.
Not
Oh,
when it publishes, but
oh, more
after.
in the
So more in the
okay.
works.
That
Yeah. So
Yeah,
more in the
that's what I was wondering. You've got more, yeah,
yeah,
behind it. Yeah.
right. So
Like,
it'll be a series
oh wow, that
um
will be really, really neat.
eventually.
Then something for families to look forward to, and
Yeah.
yeah, kind of
Uh,
build up like a library, kind of with
yeah.
those
I'm excited
add to
about
the.
it. I mean, I feel like, you'll have the Little House on the Prairie, and then you'll have the '90s version, which is the
Mhm.
house on Maple
Mhm.
Street over here.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
mm, I don't know. I'm really excited
That's
about it.
good.
I
Yeah,
think I
that
think
sounds
that
good.
a lot of families are really going to enjoy it, especially homeschool families, because
Mhm.
it mentions it. They talk about
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
what school day is like and how they sit around the fire and read history and talk about chamber pots from Little House, just like
Yeah.
silly things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
So
Okay. Well, I don't know if we've kind of wrapped up what we wanted to talk
yeah,
about, or yeah, is there anything
no,
else you want to mention? And where
um,
can they like find you and all of that, or
yeah.
do you have a
So
website?
I do.
Anything?
I don't have my book on there yet because it's still in pre-order. It'll be in pre-order form.
Yeah.
Eventually, you can find that one on there. It's www.ginahanderhanauthor.com.
Okay. Okay.
Also, you can find me on Facebook, Gina's Author Journey.
Okay.
And then my Kickstarter, which will be April 16th. So make sure to check that out because that's where you're going to get the book cheaper. You'll also see merch like the dress that Sarah wears to the Nutcracker. There's only 30 of those.
Yeah.
Um, but, there'll be other things like special editions and, bookmarks and sticker, all that kind of stuff. Um,
Uh-huh.
so so yeah, that only goes for
Okay.
30 days. And I can't say the link on here because it's like really long. So we'll just have
Okay.
to
That's
put it
okay.
after
I'll have it in the description. Yeah. I'll have it in the description. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hey,
That
thank you for
sounds
having
good.
me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I thank you for joining me. Was there anything else you just wanted to say
Um,
to?
I don't just thank you so much for listening, guys. And
Mhm.
I hope that you're blessed on your homeschooling journey. I think it's, the best decision. It's definitely like hard work, as you know,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not easy and we're not perfect at it. Um, I'm sure you can relate that we're always thinking we're not doing enough. We're not, but then when you look back on the year, you see all the things that you did do. Um, but to teach them the most important things, that's more
Mhm.
important than
Yeah,
learning,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah, and it's worth it.
the
Yeah,
other things. It is worth it, And I mean, we can't save our children. We don't know what the Lord will do in their hearts, but we need to plant the seed, just like my grandpa did when he would read the
yeah,
scriptures
yeah,
from the stairs
yeah,
at Christmas.
yeah.
And I'm
Do
so
our part.
thankful. Yeah, do our part, exactly. And it's our job to teach our kids, right? I mean, God gave them to us. He didn't give
Mhm.
to the government. So,
Yeah.
not that I'm anti-government. I'm not like, against
Yeah.
everything. it's not their job. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So,
it's for God gave them to us.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
again,
All
Gina.
right.
Have a good rest of your day.
You
Okay.
too. Thank you so much. God bless.
Okay.